This video will go over how to submit a request in ReADY and to track that following request. So we'd start by going to the login page, which would be ready.app.vanderbilt.edu. I am on beta-ready.app.vanderbilt.edu for testing purposes. Start by putting in your Vanderbilt email address. Your first time logging in, you will have to authenticate with your ViewNet ID and password, but that is the only time you'll have to enter in your ViewNet ID. Otherwise, you just enter in your password. From here, it takes you to the home page where you see the home process, user profile, notifications, about, and login. You will not see system configuration and setup. The only reason why I'm seeing that is because I'm a sysadmin. To tell the difference if you're in the beta versus production is this UAT at the end. The UAT, or the beta has the UAT and the production does not have the UAT at the end. This search bar right here allows you to search for specific problems within a tile. So for example, if I was having an issue with my dishwasher, I will type that in and it'll direct me down here to the plumbing special tile. The first set of tiles are the maintenance tiles. These are things that will be kind of reactive maintenance or things that are within our normal tasks. Special services will be the services that are outside of our normal routine. Support and training. This is a tile that you would go to get any support with facility systems or any training of some sort. So we'll start by go ahead and showing y'all how to put in a temperature request. So when you first go to this page, you'll notice here that you might see these black question marks. These black question marks are simply help buttons. If you click on it, it provides more details on the field that you are reading. So we got our ViewNet ID here. If the technician has any questions, who should they contact? If they should not be contacting you and there's another person to contact, click this, there's an alternate contact for the request button, and it'll drop down some fields for you to enter some contact information, and this is the contact information that will be stored on the work order. Down here is our building work location. So wherever the work will be done is the location we'll be selecting. So it also has a search bar, so I'll search for my current building that I work out of, which is the Bryan building. And I believe I'm office 103A. So hit next. Work details, select any that apply to your heating and air issue. So we have too hot, too cold, thermostat, noise, exhaust fan, and other. If we select too hot or too cold, this will drop down another set of multiple choice options, which will tell us the scope of the issue. So whether that scope is a single room, multiple rooms, a whole floor, or the entire building. If we select thermostat, we notice that a text box pops up, and this text box will allow us to add some information describing our thermostat issue. And here we have the option for other. Other is the option that you would choose if there is no closely related option. The only difference between choosing other as opposed to anything else is the others do not go straight through and create a work order. They have to be reviewed. So be mindful when picking other. Your work order will not be created immediately. That needs to be reviewed by someone on my team. So we'll go ahead and select too hot and add a thermostat issue. So the thermostat is not changing the temperature for a single room. Any special considerations workers should account for. This is just any sort of details that workers should account for that they should be mindful of when they're going out to do the work. For example, if there's personal sensitive university records, research records containing personal information about research subjects, weapons, spaces that should not be routinely accessible, etc. Provide any additional details about this request if necessary. Otherwise, leave blank. So this is just where you would put any extra information. I strongly encourage people to use this for almost every request that they put in. You can add simple details such as extra information in regards to navigating the building or just more information about the work. For example, This is the third time this month that this has happened. Hit next. We review our information here. Here's our work order description. To have for a single room and thermostat issue. It's got our more details here and our work location, so everything looks good. We can always hit previous if necessary to take us back one page, and this is our final review page where it goes over all of the options that we chose. Our review, everything looks good. I do have the option to attach files here as well as on every other page. Forgot to mention that. So we'll go ahead and submit this request. After you submit a request, you'll go here in the process tab, and under all requests, you will see your requests. And under the workflow here, to tell if it generated a work order or not, you'll see right there that it says work order generated. So you know a work order was created. And down here, if you are submitting this on someone else's behalf, be sure to add them into that request. So for example, my manager, Tanish Newell, if I was submitting this on her behalf, I would add sign, oh, misspelled it, Tanish in here. And once I hit enter, she would get a notification letting her know that she's been commented in this request, which would give her visibility. Anything awaiting your review is something that is awaiting your task. So if a work order gets sent back and we need more information from you, you might see it here on the awaiting your review, and it might have a button here to provide more info, to plan operations, or it might say something like that. And if you would click it, a text drop box would drop down here, and you would just type out your message and hit save, and then that would complete that task, and it would send it back to my team to review. All your open requests will be under open request. All closed requests will be under closed request, and your watch list will contain any request that you submitted or request that requires your task or request that you've been commented in. The last thing I want to touch on is the user profile. Here, you can turn off your notifications. So if you're getting bombarded with emails that might have to do with task assignment, workflow activity, a status update, or comments, you're more than welcome to turn these off. However, I do highly encourage you to keep these on. And that is how you submit a ReADY request and track it.